Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Digital Shipyard series, a journey towards operational excellence. We're excited to have you here for the second episode of our series. Today's session is entitled Build Smarter, Unlock the Benefits of Digital Project Creation in Floor to Plan. This webinar actually dives into one of the most crucial roles in every shipyard, the planner. In our first episodes, we explored Floor to Plan from the perspective of the project manager, looking at how digital tools enhance project visibility and coordination. But today we continue this journey by shifting the spotlight to the planner, diving into how digital project creation brings structure, speed, accuracy, and accuracy. So my name is Julia. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Floorganise, and I'll be your host for the next 40-45 minutes. This session will include a demo, a live demonstration led by our speaker Ralph, followed by a Q&A session. So before we begin, for anyone who is joining us for the first time, we're Floorganise, an IT company. Our mission is to enable shipbuilding in high-cost countries to build ships for the challenges of our time. So like our mission is actually to cut costs, and mm, Floorganise is rooted in Dutch, like in Dutch shipbuilding, but now is supporting around 30 public and private shipyards across Europe and North America. And we support them with our operational software, management software, Floor to Plan, and nothing. This entail more than 30,000 people supported with our shipyard, with our shipyard software. Today, we're delighted to have Ralph, which is our shipyard consultant here at Floorganise, with an extensive experience in shipbuilding industry, and he will guide you through the live demo today. And thanks to his hands-on understanding of shipyard processes, his deep knowledge of floor to plan, he will guide you through this demo and show you how digital project creation helps planner work faster, more effectively, and without the stress of missing any details, unlocking also new levels of predictability and operational clarity. Then, before we hand things over to Ralph, let's briefly look at some of the most common challenges that planners can face in the shipyards. For example, we can talk about fragmented planning information and manual data entry, difficulty managing updates and frequent project modification, limited visibility on materials, resources, production constraints. Also, we can talk about disconnected processes across the departments. And then, for example, also to lack of real-time insights for proactive decision making. But in today's session, Ralph will show how Floor to Plan is can help you overcome these challenges by digitizing and streamlining the entire project creation process, from structuring your project breakdown to preparing work packages, and it will demonstrate how Floor to Plan can support planners through their workflow. Then after the demo, we will wrap up with a Q&A session. So feel free to leave your question in the chat as we go. We will make sure to address them at the end. And if we run out of time, we will make sure to contact you directly. So let's dive right in. Ralph, the stage is yours.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ralph. I'm the, like Julia said, the shipyard consultant here in the US. I'm based near Philadelphia. Been in the shipbuilding business for way too many years, from shipyard, ship fitter apprentice, and ship fitter over detail planner, project planner, and now with Floorganise as the shipyard consultant, helping shipyards to improve their efficiencies and implement the flow plan. And today's goal is to show how you can easily build a project and flow plan. So flow plan was introduced by Gert-Jan in the last webinar, so I don't want to repeat all that information in there. And basically what you see here in the screen that I do share is the initial home screen from Floorplan, where you see all the different modules that are available to help you through the process of building or repairing ships. So as I said, we want to focus on creating a project. You would click on the project tile, and that brings you to the list of existing projects. But since we want to create a new project today, we're going to do that. I'll just right mouse click on it where I want it, and I want to call this the project webinar. I'll put dates in. So we're going to do today's date as the project start date. You can pick any date that you want in here. I'll save it. Now I have a project, basically almost like an envelope that I can work with. I'm going to add a product to it, which then gives me basically based on your typical needs. That's what we do when we implement Floorplan. We set up these things. So I'm going to add the product custom build to it, and the custom build webinar, so we can easily identify it. I say I have a longer duration. My entire project, I will have it go over 240 days. So now the system is implementing or importing the key structure. As you see here, based on the initial setup, I already have milestones, key milestones set up in here. They have their relationships prepared. So the next item that I want to do is I want to include two blocks, two brand blocks, sections, whatever your organization calls them. So I will add a block. And I will add the demo block. That will be block 311. I'll add that. And again, this is based on a, I would call it a template that is set up with the initial implementation of Floorplan. We definitely, as a company, will help you through it. And here you can see all the typical steps that you typically have, from the engineering over the cutting and forming, the building of the blocks, some outfitting, and then down to the erection or like assembly in the dry dock or whatever facility you have before you get the entire unit into the water. And since one block doesn't usually make a ship, eventually we'll add a second block. So let's see that one. But we will need drawings for this, so I will add drawings. So we add drawing 311, so that I know these are the drawings that I want for block 311. There we go. Here again, you see details. Obviously, we need a relationship to it, to the block. So I go to the block, I'll set up a relationship, add a relationship. So the relationship will basically tie together the drawings with the block so that I can see during the execution process the availability of drawings. So the production planner and production will get a heads up if drawings are available or not. Uh-oh, I'm going it the wrong way. This worked yesterday. There you go. Okay, so then on, like I said, we want a second block. This will be block 312. There we go. We need drawings for it. Importing all the data. I will create the relationships, the relationship to block 312. Okay, so this is typically what you usually see in Primavera P6, MS Project, any scheduling tool that you do have. And here you see now the results. If I go and pick the correct project. So as you can see, easily with a few mouse clicks, I was able to create a project with all these activities. Those will be executed. But the benefit of Floor to Plan is that we go beyond just those blocks. So I will switch back to the project and we'll add systems and spaces. So there you start to create logical relationships between the blocks because the blocks don't just live by themselves. I mean, they have outfitting in them, like here, the electrical system. They will have HVAC systems in there, and that enables later on project management, planners, and production to see statuses. It will help with the test and commissioning. So let me add the HVAC. To help with it, I will also add equipment. In this case, I'll add the EDC, emergency generator. Typically not somewhere in the engine room, but for the demo purposes, it will serve. And I will add a space engine room. And as you may have noticed, you already saw that as I put in the emergency generator, it's obviously tied to the electrical system. So Floorplan automatically created that relationship. Now I'm creating relationships with the space. So I'm saying block 311 is really located in the engine room. And so is block 312. And you also see that these relationships actually start appearing underneath those blocks. So the electrical system is related. We do have, yep. Okay, that's not the right one. We do have, so we have all these relationships set up. I'm switching over to the activities now. Refresh. And here you see now all those relationships are set up, and you have an entire project. If you would go further, you have it now completely set up with a few mouse clicks. I mean, it literally took me, what is it, 10 minutes to set this all up. And now we can allocate more resources to it. But based on our setup here, I will show that we already have resources allocated to it. Like here you see the metal shop, the welding, the grinding. We got initial budgets on there. The planner has easy work with it. He needs to update a little bit to it. There's other ways around it too. And you got your entire project basically set up. That is all that I had in regards of the ease of setting up a project. Yeah, that's all I had. Julia, back to you.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Ralph. Thank you for this very insightful and practical demo. We have time, so we received a number of questions. Let's take a look at a few of them. So, okay. Let me see. Okay. So the first one is, how difficult is it to integrate Floor2Plan with Microsoft Project?
It is a smooth integration. It's done via a standardized API. So, and we've done it multiple times with multiple customers. It's
Okay. So I had a similar one. What about Primavera P6? How difficult is it to integrate Floor2Plan?
Yep, same idea. The integration with Primavera works in a very similar way to the way it works with MS Project. There's a standardized API that is widely used by several customers of our customers. It is stable and reliable connection that we do have. Setup is pretty much straightforward. It takes a little bit of mapping, and then the information flow between Primavera and Floorplan is basically set up.
Okay, I received another one related to Primavera P6. Is it possible to use Floorplan in hybrid with Primavera P6?
Yes, yes, it is. It is a common setup that you have a project level planning in P6 and then do the detailed planning, further detailed planning in Floorplan. So there you also got the ability to send real-time actuals back to Primavera if it's desired. That includes completion and also the hours worked and hours to go, however the customer decides to have his information flow, how the reporting is set up, etc.
Okay, let me check. Okay, I have another one. Is it possible to do cost control hours, but also materials and services within Floorplan?
Simple answer is yes. We in Floorplan have dashboarding capabilities similar to what you would find in Power BI. Those dashboards do allow you to compare the original estimated budget with or pre-calculations with the real-time actuals. So the whole cycle that you go through during reporting, it can include hours, actual hours, or consumption of materials and services, as we have capabilities of also adding, besides what I showed in the demo, also material cost, component cost, things like that. And so that supports completing the overall financial picture that you do have. We can, via standardized APIs, also query the ERP system, your MRP system, what you have, so that you can enable the organization to have a comprehensive and accurate cost control in Floorplan. One-stop shop, so to speak.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let me check because we have others. Okay, with what ERP system do you integrate?
And so with our customers, we have integrations with several major ERP platforms. There would be IFS would be one, IFS ERP. SAP ERP would be another one. Then you got the Microsoft suite with Navision, Dynamics. We got Oracle on the portfolio and also Deltek. So there's integrations with industry-specific ERP systems, and usually we try to go via APIs, like a typical standard interfaces. Nothing, because that's just easier in regards of the maintaining the future of Floorplan and updating.
Okay, thank you, Ralph. And another one, what other workflows can be handled in Floorplan?
Good question. There's Floorplan is obviously, we try to keep it flexible. We have other capabilities of operational workflows beyond the planning. Typical examples would be QA, QC processes, transport coordination, so your heavy lifters, your heavy lifts, things like that, moving stuff out of shops, between shops. Then what I kind of hinted at during the demo, the whole setup with spaces, systems, things like that. There's capabilities for room closures, space closeouts, system closeouts. we can support you with issue management, rework handling, and then we have capabilities of internal system or even, I think, external notifications to users.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Let me check something. Mm, mm, mm. Because we have
Yeah.
other questions here that we will be delighted to then reply directly and with more details. Let me check if I can address. There's a question that I wanted to ask you also for your experience, but then we will reach the attendees and we will reply in details. Do you use only floor to plan without use P6 or project and manage your project within just floor to plan? Or like manage the critical path, hours, and maybe all the other costs? This is related to our, like the first questions I received regarding P6 and project. Basically,
Hybrid solutions are possible. It is depending on your organization's needs and setup. We have capabilities of showing a critical path in our software. So you don't have to use MS Project or P6 or any other scheduling software. You can do it in Floorplan, but we're also flexible enough to interact with those scheduling software and leaving the door open for you to do the critical path planning, for instance, in your scheduling software with feedback from Floorplan during the execution of the project.
okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this session was a little bit shorter, so we reaching to an end today. Um, so just before we close, I just want to say a quick note. Because tomorrow you will receive an email with the access to the recording of this webinar session. If you have any further questions or want to get in touch, feel free to contact us at our mail info@floorganise.com. I can see there are a few questions pending, and I will make sure to reply in details as soon as possible. So a big thank you to all for joining the second episode of the digital series. Stay tuned because our next session will continue to focus on the planner's role. While today it was just quick session that where we explored how to create a project and implement the plan in a detailed and structured way. But next time we will look at how planners can adjust and modify their project whenever unexpected changes arise, and how floor to plan helps manage these situations smoothly and efficiently. So we look forward seeing you again soon. Thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.